Breaking news out of West Africa. At least 10 gunmen have taken almost 200 people hostage inside a hotel, a Radisson hotel in Mali, which is in northwest Africa. A military spokesperson says that special forces entered that hotel and started freeing the hostages floor by floor. At last count, around 30 of them have been freed. Now, at one point, about 170 were being held inside that Radisson Blue Hotel in the capital of Bamako in Mali. The U.S. Embassy is advising all Americans in that country, which is one of the fastest growing cities in the entire world, to take shelter where they are. Troops have surrounded the hotel. No word on any injuries. As we learn more, we'll have it for you on air and online.
We're also following breaking news out of Paris, where we've learned a third body has been recovered in the apartment raided earlier this week in a Paris suburb. That person has not been identified yet, but we do know it is a woman. This is the same apartment where two people were killed Wednesday, including the alleged planner of last week's terror attacks. We're following the latest. As soon as we get an update, we'll pass it along to you. Here at home, we're also following developing news out of Kentucky, where at least two bodies were found in one small town. Cuthbert Langley's been speaking with investigators throughout the morning. And Cuthbert, I know they're just as baffled as everybody else at how this happened.
Absolutely, Amy. They say they've got a lot of questions they still need to answer this morning. They are trying to piece together what happened here, and we are expecting some new information to come out at some point this morning. Here's what we know so far. Yesterday morning, police say they found a car burning on Rosetown Road in Pembroke, which is in Christian County, Kentucky. They tell us they found human remains inside of that vehicle. However, it was so heavily damaged, they did not confirm to us how many people were inside of the car. And the story, though, doesn't end there. They tracked the license plate number of that car to this home about 10 minutes away from the first scene. And when they went inside, deputies tell me they found a man dead of a gunshot wound to the chest. They spent much of the late afternoon hours yesterday looking through the home. As you see, they're searching for any pieces of evidence. While that car, the car that burned, led police to that crime scene you're looking at right there, officials tell me they have not confirmed if they are connected. And they also tell us they tell us they're not telling us, rather, what they found inside of the home. They did say they found some evidence that will help them in this case, but that really is all the specific details we know at this point. So obviously they need a lot of help in this case. If you at home know something, give the Christian County Sheriff's Department a call. The number on the bottom of your screen, 270-890-1300. Now, coming up in 30 minutes, we're going to talk more about the motive behind all this. We spoke with investigators. Hear what they had to say at 7:30. We're live in the newsroom. Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5. All right, Cuthbert, thank you. Meantime, new this morning, a death investigation is underway in Murfreesboro after a man was found dead in a motel. Someone found Jonathan Lee's body at the Motel 6 Wednesday morning. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina. No word of foul play is suspected. The autopsy could take a few weeks.
A suspected killer is behind bars this morning after nearly 3 months on the run. DeMontez Watkin was arrested late last night and charged with criminal homicide. Metro detectives say the 20-year-old shot Reginald Ford Sr. in the head outside his home on Hermosa Street back in August. We're told that Watkin implicated himself during an interview. A 16-year-old is recovering this morning after getting shot near an elementary school. The teen told police he was walking on South 9th Street near Kirkpatrick Elementary when someone drove by and shot him. We're told he's expected to survive. So far, no arrests have been made. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers.
Amy, an entire community coming together to say their final goodbyes to a little 7-year-old girl that was murdered over the weekend. In fact, so many people attended Gabby Doolin's memorial service in Scottsville, Kentucky yesterday. They moved it from the funeral home to the Baptist church. Even people who didn't know her say they're heartbroken by the loss.
She did not deserve it. She was just an innocent baby. I mean, 7 years old, that's a baby. She didn't deserve any of this. Nobody does, but especially just an innocent child.
Gabby was watching her brother's Little League football game when she disappeared Saturday. Her body was found less than a half an hour later in a wooded area. So far, no arrests have been made.
Traffic is moving once again this morning after a crash shut down a busy road in Antioch for a few hours. Metro Police say a pickup crossed the center line on Blue Hole Road. It slammed into a car last night. Both vehicles ended up in a ditch, and the driver of the car was briefly trapped. However, no serious injuries were reported.
Sports news, the Tennessee Titans heading home after another tough loss in the final minutes of the game last night. The Titans under the lights down in Jacksonville for a rare Thursday night appearance, facing off against the 4-6 Jacksonville Jags. Boy, that's a great run right there by Marcus Mariota. Dives into the end zone, finally getting us on the board with a TD, Mariota's 23-yard dash. But look at this, special teams breakdown, a 63-yard punt return by the Jags puts them in position for the go-ahead score. And Bartles makes us pay. Final score, 19-13, Jacksonville. The Titans now fall to 2-8. You'll hear from the interim head coach Mike Mularkey coming up in just a moment in sports. And because of the game last night, the new episodes of Mom and Two Broke Girls will air tonight after the Late Show with James Corden. And then this week's Big Bang Theory. A lot of people love that show. Also, Life in Pieces and Elementary will be airing Saturday night after News Channel 5 at 10. If you can't wait until then, of course, you can watch most CBS shows a day after they air by going to CBS.com.